Right, yeah, I don't know if anyone's seen this. Officer Tatum scared is he scared of Candace Owens, basically. Because he won't call her out, he'll call everyone else out. Now, in his defense, he doesn't in this interview, he also describes Nick Fuentes and Tucker Carlson, but doesn't mention them by name either. I think in this podcast, I think she might have said, "Oh, don't mention any names." However, this first bit, he's absolutely describing Candace Owens. He knows he's describing Candace Owens, but he won't actually call her out. And the only time he spoke about her, he said that they're like family, so he doesn't want to, which is fair. But then, like, why was you so hard on Tucker Carlson that he should have called Nick Fuentes out on everything he said when you weren't with Candace just because you're close? Like, but anyway, um, let me know what you think. Watch.
So you see those people going now and attacking good people. I know Rob. I could probably text Rob right now. I didn't know Mikey as much, but I know Rob and I met Mikey a few times. I know Erica. I've met her. For somebody to say that they think that they have anything to do with Charlie's death, they're either, it's only one, well, if you don't know them, you're ignorant. If you know them and say it, you're evil.
Yeah.
It's pure evil.
It's evil.
I went to Turning Point the other day because I do really love.
Okay, I'm just going to stop. You probably already know what made my blood pressure go up. You probably have picked it up. Why in the world is he being ambiguous? We all know who he's talking about. We all know who it is who's put Mikey in the crosshairs, who put Rob in the crosshairs, Turning Point and as a whole in the crosshairs. We know who it is. Brandon, say her name. Call her out. You're saying that she's evil. You're saying that her mind is gone. You're saying that she's being used by the devil. Then just say, Candace is these things. And your heart can break that this is your friend. Your heart can be torn because, man, this is my road dog. But at the end of the day, when the smoke clears, you have to be honest. You're not being a blessing to your friend if you're not telling your friend that they're going off a cliff. You're not being kind to your friend. You're truly, I would go as far to say that you're unloving to your friend. If you don't tell your friend what they're doing is troubling, is problematic, is tearing apart the body of Christ, sowing dissension, accusing the brethren, fill in the blank. Fill in the blank. But whatever it is, Brandon, you got to stand stronger than this. Let's go.
Charlie, and Charlie was my friend.
See, I don't expect him to. Do you know what I mean? He doesn't have to. But the fact that then it's just like just shut up about it. But then on the other hand, I like that he's calling out other people for their lies about what's going on with what happened with Charlie. But the fact that he won't call out Candice when she is the main voice, a lot of the things and like it's just like on one hand I think just don't mention it then. If you're going to go into this, you've got to call out the ringleader. Otherwise, it's just. But and this is the other thing he's describing. Like in his head, as he's saying these things, he's talking because, like I say, later on he also doesn't mention Nick Fuentes' name or Tucker Carlson, but explains them in exactly the same way. Like he's given a detailed thing so you understand who he's talking about. And it's like if you're going to do that, maybe it. Let's watch this. Let's discuss it at the end.
And my dedication to Charlie is his legacy. That's all I care about is his legacy. So I want to take care of his wife. I want to take care of his legacy with Turning Point USA. And I want to push the things that he believed in. So I go to Turning Point, and I see Erica and I give her a big hug. I see Mikey. I see Terrell. These people are getting death threats. That people are threatening to kill them.
Why though?
Because somehow they think it had anything to do with Charlie's death.
How did that get out there? They didn't just go down the they didn't just go down the clearance aisle at Walmart. Where did they get the idea that these people at Turning Point were associated with Charlie's death? Where did it come from? I need Brandon Tatum to tell us that. Where did it come from? Where? Who's the biggest purveyor of this idea? It didn't just land anywhere. It just didn't pop up out of nowhere. It came from your friend. You're going to have to say that. You're going to have to say it with your full chest. Otherwise, you're going to be like Megyn Kelly. Otherwise, you're going to look like Tucker Carlson and others that are trying to cape for Candace. And she's just running roughshod, dancing all over them because they're going to keep covering and duck and giving her duck and cover. And you're going to end up doing the same thing. You're going to have to just say it out of your mouth. Tatum, it's Candace.
People loved Charlie. What are we saying?
And that's it. And this is what annoys me with him, is that he's so big and brave with everyone else. Like, Nick Fuentes hasn't said and done half the things to TPUSA and that. In fact, what he's talking about, a lot of what Nick Fuentes said, Charlie was still alive. Like, and he's willing to call him out, but not just, and you don't have to do it in a mean way. And I've seen people, this is where it's crazy, and there's conspiracies going everywhere. Because I've seen people say there's a sect of people that think Candace has got something on Officer Tatum. I don't think that. I do think that it is his friend, and also you don't want to do it. You don't have to do it publicly. You don't have to do it at all, really, but to be sitting here and saying these people are getting blamed for the murder and people are getting death threats because of what Candace Owens is doing, recklessly doing. And you're saying everything, but you're not saying her name. It's just like, that's not what an admirable man would do. Like, you don't have to do it, but it does look cowardly, especially when you're so quick to call out Tucker for having Nick Fuentes on, and Nick Fuentes, he said this, he said that, and you're going to say everything and bring up everything Candace did and just not mention her name. And like, you don't have to do it in a mean way. You could just say, and sometimes it's a friend. The best person to do that is someone close to them, because it's when it's someone close to you, you know they're doing it from a position of caring about you and not doing it from a position of criticism. Just like, do it. And this is the thing, it's like, I can't take you seriously as this big, brave, bold voice when you're not. Candace is braver. Candace is like, I'll give Candace that. She's all balls, no brains, basically. That is the truth. She's all balls and no brains. And again, like, I'm kind of half on his side too, though. I know it's like, it's not comfortable to do, but it's also a very weak thing to do, to not do it. And it's also unchristian. And Officer Tatum's the first one to say this. Nick Fuentes isn't a real Christian. Tucker Carlson isn't a real Christian. That's a bad Christian too, is to not call your friend out. In fact, under Christian rules, Officer Tatum is more to blame, because Candace is nuts. I don't think she realizes quite what she's doing. And that's what the Bible says. The sinner isn't the one who's to blame. And it isn't the one who's going to get judged for it. Because if they don't know, if they're like nuts, or, do you know what I mean? They don't have no concept. It's your fault as the person who does know and does know right from wrong. It's your job to call that person out. Your job. And then basically it says, call them out. And if you don't call them out, you'll be judged for what they did. But if you do call them out and they don't change, they'll be called out, because now they do know. They are aware of what they're doing and they're choosing to do it anyway. Before then, when they are just acting for whatever reason, the sin's on you. And like I say, it's a friend that can do that. But I get it. You don't want to have a public spat with her, but that's what people are saying. People are starting to say she got info on him.
It's funny that some people say,
Who some people?
Charlie believed this, Charlie did this. Everybody turned on Charlie. And these people were closer to Charlie than they were.
I'm with you, Jay Witt.
Yeah.
See, actually, the sentences that he's using don't even make sense because he keeps using these pronouns, they and these people.
This is what I mean. Why it's so cowardly, because he's saying Candice. She said that everybody betrayed Charlie, and I mean everybody. Everyone close to him betrayed him. TPUSA betrayed him, and he's saying that, but they're not actually calling her out.
Charlie did this. Everybody turned on Charlie. And these people were closer to Charlie than they were.
Yeah.
See, actually, the sentences that he's using don't even make sense because he keeps using these pronouns, they and these people. Say name.
Because he's not talking about Ian Carroll or Jimmy Dore, because these people weren't close with Charlie. He's talking about Candice.
Name the name. The names must be named.
Now, maybe he is trying to do something behind the scene. He is trying to reach out, and maybe he is trying to offer that thing to her and not willing to call her out until he's had that thing. And you don't know what's happening behind the scenes. Maybe he is trying to reach out to her. That's what I mean. You got to give him some grace, and it is his friend. I understand, but still, then don't mention it. Don't talk about saying, because who are you blaming for that? Even if Ian Carroll and these people did say that, it doesn't matter. No one's taking what they say as seriously because people think Candice is an insider in that thing, so she knows. She has information, and she was close with Charlie, and do you know what I mean? Shouldn't be doing what she's doing, really.
You got to name the names, man.
These people, I would argue, loved Charlie to the day he died. They were there when he died.
And they're holding his organization together day in and day and night.
They're trying their best. He is the cash cow. He is the idea. He's the movement. He's the bread and butter of Turning Point. What are you going to do without Charlie Kirk?
You know what Mikey had been told over?
That's what I mean. He just won't say it. And like I recommend go and watch that thing, because I will give him the credit that I don't think he can mention Candace's name, but he hasn't whatsoever, and he's calling everyone else out. Everyone else, and Candace Owens is the biggest voice doing it, and it's like, she's doing it, and he like, yeah. Why not just say, Candice, come on. What you're doing is so reckless. Like, she's complete crash out at the moment. Just leading Peter. But yeah. And that's the thing. It's like, you want to keep calling people Christian. Under Christian ideology, Officer Tatum is actually one. If you just think Candice is crashing out, you can't judge that person until they know they're doing wrong. Some people don't know what they're doing is the effect it's having, and they don't know. Even though I do think Candice knows exactly what she's doing. She knows exactly what she is doing. She is, yeah. But Officer Tatum, you're not that's not manly to not call out your friend, because you can lose the friendship. That's not a manly thing to do. It's not a Christian thing to do as well. But yeah, let me know your thoughts, sweet.